Alright, then you just heard the engines get fired up right there. So let's get to the starting grid for tonight's race. Starting on the front row, of course, on the pole, no surprise whatsoever, the number 17 Chevrolet of Corbin McCauley, the regular season champion. To his outside, a pretty surprising driver, surprising name to see right there. It's the number 36 Chevrolet of Michael Wolford, so definitely an underdog storyline right here to keep an eye on. And then we move on to the next row where we got the reigning Rookie of the Year, of course, C.D. Magrum in third below the cut line, looking to win his way in. He's got the Nordic Aluminium title sponsor on his car. You can see it right there. And also to his outside, also below the cut line, the number 97 Toyota defending champion, Ty Higginbottom.
That's important for the defending Earl Ross Cup champion as we move on to Season 2 champion Darcy Ford starting in 5th. He's got Jose Mercado, a familiar face in past championship 4s on his outside. He'll start 6th. Moving on to row 4. At some point here.
There we go.
There it is. The guy who's already into the championship 4 via victory last week, the number 13 of Jared Ireland, starts 7th. And the man who's 8th in the round of 8 standings will start 8th. That's the number 3 Toyota of Dylan Baum.
Moving on now to the bottom of the top 10, we got the number 7 Chevrolet of Andy Hurdle starting 9th. And to his outside, looking to keep his way above the cut line, plus 16, I believe it is, the number 88 Chevrolet. He's got 15 top 10 finishes in a row, and I don't know how many runner-up finishes it is, like 8 or some. It's some big number, but it's the number 88 Chevrolet of Scott Bailey, who is still dying for that long-awaited, long-overdue victory. He hasn't won since 2021. And then just outside the top 10, you got another driver below the cut line, number 21 Chevrolet of Matthew Paytak, and to his outside is the number 10 Chevrolet of Jason Butler.
All right, let's throw it off to row 7, where we've got series founder Dan Cudmore and his number 2 Ford starting in 13th, and Kyle Knoll for company on his outside. The 15 starts 14th. And starting 15th will be the number 12 Toyota of Mike Marini, and he'll have Tom Janikowski for company on the outside. The number 93 Chevy starts 16th.
And now to round it all out here at the final row, we have the number 77 Ford of Hunter Young starting 17th, and he did not qualify by the looks of it. The number 23 Chevrolet of 2020 champion Ryan Gibson will be the final car on the starting grid. And yeah, man, notable absence. The number 6 of Justin Belmonte is not here.
Yeah, so he only came in with a 21-point gap. He's not going to see the championship 4 at this rate.
And with all that being said, the green flag is out. We are underway with the Nordic Aluminum 200 at Auto Club Speedway. The round of 8 finale is underway.
There is a whole lot more to play for now that extra spot. A little bit more fair game here as we see Wolford headed outside early.
And a massive apology to the audience if the volume there for the iRacing was a little bit loud right there. I realized I still had a gain filter from the interview I had last Tuesday night with Jared Ireland, because iRacing's volume is a little low there. So we got it all fixed up. It's all good. But yes, Corbin McCauley is going to lead the first lap here of the round of 8 finale. 100 lap stages are 30, 30, and 40. So lap 30, lap 60, and then 100. That's the way it's going to go tonight here. And so far, McCauley and Magrum up front. Michael Wolford dropping back to third. But I mean, again though, qualifying second, that's not too shabby for the number 36, who every now and then does show some speed on the big tracks. But again though, in this transition to iRacing, it hasn't been absolutely great for him. But hey, we did see him make the playoffs, of course, and he did come close to Talladega, so not too much left to be desired, so not too bad. Trying to end off the season on a high note. Is now going to go for the lead here. CD and Magrum to the inside. Magrum is below the cut line. He's going to look to win his way into the championship 4. He's going to clear McCauley and take the lead. There's a bunch of cars using the high side to gain better corner exit speed. Jordy, what are your thoughts so far?
My first thought is Magrum's making an early positive impression on his title sponsor here tonight, that being Nordic Aluminum or Aluminium. Which are we going to go with?
Aluminum.
Well, there's an extra I in there.
Oh, there is? Huh.
There is. But that's another tale for another time, as we're about to get another battle for the lead. Wolford's hanging around here. Maybe giving Magram a little bit of a push there. Maybe, like, not a bump, but maybe a little mini draft.
Indeed, Jared Ireland trying to make his presence known up front as well. Is it by the looks of it? Yeah, Magram's going to clear the way. Macaulay is going to rush down or up high there to the high side. As you see the cars bumping up and down the bumpy back straightaway. That's definitely a key factor to the racing product here at Auto Club here in Fontana. That's another nickname as well. Oh, and was that Macaulay in the... Oh, trouble! Darcy Ford's around!
Yeah, you could see something starting here, and now we've got yellow very early on. And a good avoidance there, better than the one I happened to see in our establishing shot before we went live.
Oh, and Hunter Young through the grass, comes up the track into the outside wall with the right front. Hopefully not too much damage there, but Darcy Ford, the main victim in all that. There was a lot of jostling back and forth, a lot of three wide pack racing going on for a couple laps right there, and yeah, just a bit of a ticking time bomb there, so we're going to take the ticker off and take a look at what just happened through the tri-oval. We're going to start on the back straightaway, and I'm going to get the dynamic TV angle going right here. So Matthew Patek's up on the high side, Ty Higginbottom losing a bit of speed. We'll see right here. Oh, Patek comes down, not clear. Ford head on to the outside wall. We're going to have to get a better angle of that one. I'm going to say the far chase cam could be a good one here. So
I think right ahead, Bailey might have had a little bit of a wobble right in front that may have caused something there. But yeah, there's the contact pretty clearly.
A pretty clear contact right there, sending Ford into the outside wall, the number 64 Wing Snob Chevrolet. And I'm curious to know what happened with Hunter Young, because he was all alone.
Yeah, he was at the back of the field, as you say, good avoiding action there.
And then the triple, actually it's a 777, really.
I was going to say, the extra 7 hasn't brought him any extra luck here.
So there'd be a reason right there. He was, the outside area did have an opening there, but it might have been too late for Young's judgment right there as Ford started coming down the track as he wanted to go the inside. Ford didn't hold on to the brake by the looks of it. So hopefully nothing major there for the 777. And actually we'll take the ticker off one more time here as a bunch of cars came down pit road, so I want to see what was up with that. Alright, so a lot of the top cars actually coming down the pit lane here. I believe Hurdle, Janikowski, and Cudmore were the only ones not to come down.
And I mean, 4 or 5 laps in, like, that's not the worst case scenario by any means. It's not like, you know, it's toward the end of the stage where, you know, the fresher set of tires or, you know, you're not really figuring out fuel mileage at this point. Not a bad idea for those 3 to stay out. Get them a little bit of clean air on this restart.
So there's one car back there that I do see taking 4 tires. I think someone up front did as well. By the looks of it, it is Scott Bailey. We're going to go back one more time. Okay, yeah, so Wolford taking on tires there, and then you can see another car there that just stopped, and I'm going to pay attention to this number. They went for all 4 tires. I think Wolford just went for the right sides. Don't know for sure about Bailey. But that other car was, I believe, Ty Higginbottom.
I mean, it's interesting in his case, certainly, you know, he's a guy that's very much on that, or one spot outside as we took the green flag. But yeah, why not go for the added advantage there in the case of the 97? Granted, it's put him down into 14th right this second, but he may have a little bit of room to maneuver as we progress.
And this is going to be interesting up here as we see the number 2 of Daniel Cudmore, the only car by the looks of it to not pit at all. I think Janikowski and that other car that was up there did pit the second time around just to get behind everyone or something like that by the looks of it. But Daniel Cudmore, the only car up front in what I just said there. Another car actually coming down pit road. It's Tom Janikowski, as a matter of fact. But anyways, pace car's off. Green flag back out. It's going to be lap 8 of 100, lap 8 of 30 in the first stage. Daniel Cudmore's going to get the jump. Corbin McCauley and CD Mangrum are going to be side by side heading into turns 1 and 2 as everyone's going to scatter. You see Ryan Gibson making his way up to the front after starting in 18th. So quite the surge for the number 23 early in this one.
Yeah, no qualifying time set by the 23, but yeah, as you say, just kind of sneaking his way through the field, and yeah, finds himself in 4th here right now off of, this first caution-related restart of the evening.
And so would you look at that too, the number 3 of Dylan Baum up to 2nd. That's going to be very interesting knowing how far back he is below the cut line. I believe it's minus 47 if I recall correctly. But the number 3 SimLeaguePro.com Toyota, the yellow and blue car, making his way up to 2nd. And again, we remember how he performed back at Charlotte. A hell of a run for him in finishing 2nd. Fell just short to Corbin McCauley in a wild finish, a photo finish to be specific. And again, we know how fast he is on the big tracks. When he comes to perform just like he did at Charlotte, he is right up there. He is consistent. As long as he remains patient and conservative, then it's all good. And I think Ryan Gibson just had a moment there through turns 3 and 4. And there was one car on pit road. That's the number 7 of Andy Hurdle, Tom Janikowski, a lap down after going on to pit road while the cars are coming to the green there. And if we want to add in something a little fun here, another little addition that we have to the ticker, we have the pit stops that everyone has had thus far. So yeah, Daniel Cudmore remains the only car without a pit stop thus far. He's all the way back to 6th now in front of Michael Wolford, Jared Ireland, C.D. Mangrum as they go through turns 3 and 4. It's not just that though, we also have the laps since their last pit stop. So Tom Janikowski, I would imagine, will probably have the freshest tires and maybe even the best, I guess, gas mileage or whatever what you want to call it right there. So some interesting stuff to add to the ticker right there. But yeah, so far McCauley leading the way by about under 4/10 right there. There is Matthew Patek and Scott Bailey in 3rd and 4th. Side by side, Cudmore and Wolford for 6th place down the back straightaway. And Jordy, I might as well finally get to your thoughts because we didn't have the time to get your opinions on what the playoff standings are looking like as of right now, although we did get a couple because of Justin Belmonte's absence. But here's your time to shine. Give us what's going through your mind with the playoff points.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we saw the fact that Belmonte didn't take the green flag, that pretty well threw any thoughts I may have had out the window, because obviously, as we talked about with, is that Hurdle still in pit lane? I think it is.
That's Janikowski.
Oh, Janikowski's back in pit lane? Oh, not ideal there for the 93. But anyway, back to our thoughts here tonight. Like, going into tonight, you kind of looked at the gap between Bailey and Higginbotham being 16, and you think maybe not super eventful. But ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a full-on race here, and really anyone who's remaining in this particular round of 8, they're all capable of winning here. So even though Higginbotham, Patak, Mangrum, and Baum they're all outside that picture as of tonight, they could literally win their way in and kind of upset that balance, which, could give Scott Bailey a bit of a cushion, again, given with Justin Belmonte not being here tonight. That's effectively going to eliminate him. Just, we haven't gotten there mathematically yet, but yeah, there's still a lot to race for here, and yeah, Championship 4 is very much in sight, just next week, of course. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see just how much pushing some of these guys are going to do here tonight, with even more at stake than before.
Indeed so. So we're seeing a battle brewing here for the second position. Tight battle is between Scott Bailey and Matthew Patak. Remember, Patak finished 3rd in the first Auto Club race this season back in April 25th, I believe it was. So, again, that's a lot of good momentum from him right there, hoping to move his way up at least 2 spots and win his way into the Championship 4. And again, with the absence of Justin Belmonte, then very well, Matthew Patek could have a chance to make his way into the playoffs. Even it could arguably be on points. It depends on what happens with Ty Higginbottom and also the fact that Dylan Baum is up here and he'll be searching for a way to win his way in, as again, it's a must-win situation for him. Corbin McCauley still leading the way by about 2.5 tenths, or now it's under 2 tenths, as Scott Bailey's actually approaching the 17. So is Patak and Baum as well. They're all catching up as McCauley's using the very, very low groove, or you could argue it's the second to last one because of the apron, which is legal, of course, in each turn here at Auto Club.
Yeah, and it's a very interesting dynamic here. I don't know if this is that infamous first pit stop jinx rearing its ugly head again for the 17, because that gap just absolutely got swallowed. But there's another interesting dynamic here, and it is that second and third place battle between Scott Bailey and Matthew Patak. Those are 2 guys that I've noted over the course of the year on a number of different occasions. They're guys who know each other very well, as Bailey's about to make a dip in potentially for the lead here. But
the slide job.
Almost the old switcheroo there, only not in Formula 1 context, of course. But what I was going to get at was, again, Bailey and Patak, guys who know each other well. They tend to race together in a lot of different leagues. Guys who are, as I say, very familiar with one another, and guys who may have worked together in the past. One guy's in right now, the other's out. I think it's gloves off here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Tuning in the final race before we have to decide potentially a new Earl Ross Cup champion, again, unless Ty Higginbottom finds his way into being eligible to defend his crown, which would be an incredible storyline for our first season here on the iRacing service. So we are just past halfway through this first stage. The 17 still leading the way. He's led the most laps thus far. Scott Bailey all over the back end of him right there. Again, Patak and Baum still remaining in the third and fourth positions there. Ryan Gibson just what's the term? He's he's waiting to pounce. He is ready to pounce at any point if any of these guys up front have anything going on. As I believe Bailey may have just gotten the lead right there using the high group advantage right there. There's going to be contact off the final corner. A very slight tap between those two, and leading that lap, I think McCauley barely got it right there.
Yeah, usually you see that kind of contact much later in the race between these two. It's very well known that these two have built up a bit of a history or a rivalry over the course of the year. But you were talking about Ryan Gibson there a second ago. That brings up a rather interesting point here. You're also referring to the potential of Ty Higginbotham getting back in for a chance to defend. No champion has made it back to the championship for the following season to this point.
Absolutely, and now they're still not going to be clear. Scott Bailey has taken most of the lead right here, but McCauley is still right up against him. They're still side by side going through the tri-oval, the D-shaped oval as it's called, but now we're at 11 laps to go in the first stage. I am hoping to gosh that iRace Control, the software that is used to apply the automatic cautions, will work this time around, and if not, then I'll have to either get desperate somehow or one of these drivers will have to do it themselves manually, and they are aware, of course, so very nice to see that. But yeah, Jordy, I just want to keep saying over and over again, man, only 2 races remaining, including tonight here in this first season on iRacing, man. Time flies by way too quick.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Like, in real life here, so to speak, it was first day of classes at my College of Employment out here, so I don't know where the summer went, quite frankly. And that even included doing 2 races back home while I was on vacation. So where did that time go? It's flying just as fast as some of these guys are.
Yeah, in a nutshell, there's the irony right there. And then you're saying, over at your area, first-year students are coming around, yes, and then, of course, over here with me, I begin my second year in the Holland College Journalism and Communications program, so can't wait to really get into the thick of it and start writing a bunch of stories almost every single week. That's all part of it. And you can even see the number 17 Chevrolet right there, Colton McCauley, sponsoring Holland College as well. He had his first day. Whoa! Scott Bailey loose off of the corner right there, rail on the left rear quarter panel of the 17. There was contact in the same area off of turn 2. It was actually as they were going down the back straightaway a lap or two ago. But man, some tight racing going on. And as I was saying too, McCauley had his first day back at Holland College in the Computer Network and Technology programs, so nice to see him back and learning as per usual. And yes, we're going to be in the same building on the same floor, so that's definitely going to be fun.
Yeah, you guys just have your little fun there as he tries to build up a little bit more of a gap in this kind of virtual space here. Again, pretty well automatic, barring some sort of absolute madness that he's very much in the championship for. I had to think of a scenario where he wouldn't make it. Like the 61, yes, you mentioned it earlier. Mathematically, that seems right, but of course, someone on the outside can win, and that suddenly shrinks that gap even more. Because that's 61 to the bubble.
Indeed, so McCauley now retaking a decent advantage over everyone here as, wow, Bailey and Patak right up close to the wall right there. Yeah, again, McCauley starting to pull away once again as Scott Bailey was all over him, and there were 2 moments of contact between turn 2 and the back straightaway twice. Now the 88 has fallen back right here. Maybe he used up the tires a little bit too much, especially considering he basically sent... Oh, he's getting in the wall right there. There's going to be contact with the 3. I was just saying... Scott Bailey's not having a fun time right now. Definitely using the tires up a ton here as we're now at 6 laps to go in the first stage. And that was a lot of contact from behind from the number 3 at Dylan Baum, who probably, I'd imagine, will not be happy because he wants to win his way into the next round. He has to win in order to keep eligible for the Earl Ross Cup. So not ideal right there, but again, it's still pretty early. Things can change as he's going to dive way down to the inside. Hopefully not slide up against the 88.
Yeah, looks like he cleared him.
He will get in front of him, but Bailey's going to have the better run on the high side right there. As Matthew Patak and Ryan Gibson are still going at it right there for the 4th position.
Yeah, this top 5, they've provided a little bit of a breakaway here, it has to be said. There is a significant gap between, well, I was going to say, is one of those even on the lead lap here, or are we looking at the second group here? Okay, so that's our lead battle.
Yeah, this is our lead battle.
Okay, I wasn't sure if... Yeah, that is Gibson. So my point originally stands. So it is a top 5 breakaway there, as you see Jared Ireland kind of in no man's land in 6th, that has to be said. So, yeah, with 3 or 4 laps remaining in this opening stage, I think we saw some people coming out of pit lane.
Yeah, that would be the number 2 of Daniel Cudmore coming off pit road, and again... that would be his first stop of the day after not pitting under that incident-related caution that we had. And I'm seeing here something going on. Here we go, a battle for the lead for this first stage. Again, it's the number 17 who is mathematically locked in as the 3 is going to slide in front. Oh my goodness, both Baum and McCauley getting loose off the corner right there. Some wild racing that we're getting in just the first stage. It's as if we're getting a preview for what we're going to get under the lights at Homestead Miami Speedway next Tuesday night when we decide who will be the next champion of the Canadian Motorsports Network NASCAR Series. And I think Scott Bailey may have just, I thought I heard something there, maybe tapping the wall on the high side right there. But yes, again, you got the number 3 who needs to win in order to make his way into the Final Four, and then you got McCauley who already pretty much has a spot. Again, it's him. Jared Ireland won his way in. McCauley is mathematically locked in. So, again, those are 2 guys in completely different territories. And then, again, you got Scott Bailey, who I would imagine, judging by his pace right now, and the fact that Belmonte's not here, he will And I just got word that the iRace control has in fact worked, so we will be getting an automatic. Caution, thank goodness. So the pits are closed.
Hooray!
Hooray, yes, indeed. And we'll just go back to the number 10 Bangerang Chevrolet. I believe he's still running his scheme right there. But again, I was saying about Bowman McCauley, no, completely different territories. And then you got Bailey, who, again, with Belmonte absent and just his pace right now, he is more than likely going to win his way in. But again, he has to finish. That's what matters the most as we see the white flag out for this first stage. And we still have a kind of a battle brewing right here between McCauley and Baum as per usual as the 17 gets back past the number 3. This is still going to be really good points for the number 3. But again, though, man, he's the type of guy, you know, he's a rookie. He's aggressive. He wants every little position and point that he can get every single race. He's fast on the big tracks. He wants first place no matter what it is, the stage or the overall race. And as they come off the final corner to the green, white checkered flag, whatever it is, Corbin McCauley is going to take the first stage here at Auto Club. Everyone else going to finish right here as Michael Wolford's going to come to the line, taking that final spot. There's the caution. It works. And hopefully everyone else gets through safe right here. It looks as though everyone does. So I will give you, Jordy, the Stage 1 results right here. Corbin McCauley taking the 10 points plus that 1 playoff point. Why the hell not? Dylan Baum second. Scott Bailey third. Ryan Gibson will take fourth. Matthew Patak. Hang on a second here. You know what, screw it. We will just go back and just watch them come to the line. I think that probably would make a heck of a lot more sense. We may have had a photo finish here for the 4th position. No, we didn't. Patak clearly got 4th. Gibson gets 5th.
When it went to the caution on the stream, I see Gibby ahead.
Well, no, it goes by the line, though, doesn't it?
I thought it was the second that the caution went.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's when you hit the line. I will. You know what? I'll check right now. So to correct you, Jordy, it's the line.
Okay, so
it's quote-unquote easier. That's what I've been told.
Quote-unquote, okay.
So Patak 4th, Gibson will get 5th, and then someone up there is in. Yeah, Jared Ireland will get 6th, 7th Kyle Knoll, 8th will be C.D. Magram, and I see Tom Janikowski there, but he's not on the lead lap. So the next car, I believe, will be Jason Butler. And then from behind would be...
I've got Wolford here on this screen.
See, I believe that would be the case right there. So, are you all good? Can we keep going?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird to feel like I'm almost back in NASCAR heat eras of leaderboards at times, but yeah, it's just one of those things that, you know, it's kind of hard to figure out on the fly.
Yeah, Butler says he was 9th.
Yeah, that's what I've got on the stream leaderboard here too.
Yeah, Wolford got 10th. Yeah, so you should be good. Yeah.
Yep.
And you saw all the cars coming down pit road right there. We'll go back one more time right here just to get everyone on pit road. So a lot of cars going for tires. I think Jose Mercado may have gotten in his pit box a little wonky. So most cars going for at least 2 or 4 tires. I think a lot of them may have gone for 2 in fuel by the looks of it. But that all does it right there. We will get back now as the pace car lights are off. McCauley leading the way. You know what? We'll just put it right here. There's still, all the pit stop times. Or, sorry, all the pit stops. The number of pit stops every driver has made, of course. And then, laps since last pit, pretty much everyone did by the looks of it, except for Cudmore and Ford right there. We'll give it another look right there. Yeah, 2 and 3. That's interesting. So far, Andy Hurdle has the most pit stops out of everyone before. He is currently 2 laps down. Janikowski is 3. Darcy Ford is 1 lap down. Daniel Cudmore is the last car. Or no, sorry, Wolford, by the looks of it, will be the last car on the lead lap. So McCauley, Bailey, Magram, Paytak, and Kyle Knoll will be the top 5 on this restart. You can see Higginbottom, Jared Ireland's in there, Hunter Young, Mike Marini, Ryan Gibson all the way back here in 10th. Or Jose Mercado. Now, they're just going to keep going back and forth right there. Butler, Baum, Cudmore, Wolford, Ford, Hurdle, Janikowski. So by the looks of it, Wolford still has to catch up. So anyways, it's time to get the second stage, the middle stage underway here in the Nordic Aluminum. Again, whatever you were saying there, Jordy, however you say it, it's got to be aluminum. It's got to be. But anyways, green flag. Back out, lap 35 of 100. So we're going to have 26 laps to go. It's 26 laps of racing here in the second stage. As for how many will be green flag racing, we will just, wait and see. Because, again, the action on these restarts are wild. 3 and sometimes 4 wide racing. Through the corners, you can see how wide they are. I mean, I check out my info here. 2 miles long, 3.2 kilometers long. That is Auto Club Speedway for you. The corners are banked at 14 degrees, the front stretch at 11 degrees. So again, the drafting and the multi-groove racing at this track is something to absolutely behold. But unfortunately, when it comes to real life, it sounds like the track will no longer be operated by NASCAR. They've been annually hosting races since 1997, but by the sounds of it, because of the Next Gen California project and some reconstruction that they are doing, sounds like it's going to be heading to a short track.
And that's a real shame, Like, Auto Club, it's had its, fair share of memories, not just in NASCAR, but of course in open wheel as well. It's been a venue that's, as I say, has been rather prominent over the years, and it's a shame to see it kind of evolving or changing, however you want to put it.
So we got some almost 3, well, we did have some 3-wide action there, but then it was just a battle between the 3 and the 77 with another 7 on there. I believe it's to honor someone in his family, someone, I think that races at Merrittsville. Would you have that info, Jordy?
I do not have that info,
Okay,
no.
I think it's something to do with that. I don't have the full details on it. I know it was mentioned at some point a while back, but whatever it is, very nice to see there for the 77 or 777, however you want to put it there. But right now, Corbin McCauley leading the way by 7/10 over C.D. Magram and Jared Ireland. Ty Higginbottom and Scott Bailey are going at it for the 4th position. Higginbottom's going to clear. Is now Jose Mercado making his way up here to challenge inside the top 5. Mercado was caught up in some misfortune at the first Auto Club race. Of course, there is one incident I do recall, but right now he's trying to, get some redemption, maybe get a top 5 or a top 10 finish here. He's actually been doing pretty decent as of recently, I think, if I recall. I finished in the past couple races. He's got finishes of 9th, 10th, 11th, 5th, 11th, and 9th through the last 6 races. So
just needed a little push, that's all.
Yeah, basically.
Yep, for better or worse.
But nice to see there the 41 right there, who has had definitely a lot of bad luck and a lot of interesting moments throughout the season, if that's a way to put it.
That's probably the best way to put it.
Indeed, so a lot of cars going most cars single file now after the double file racing that we got back in the first stage. I do wonder, though, if this time around it might be a matter of, strategies. And again, too, we had that incident-related caution like 5 laps into the first stage, so it kind of changed things up. And, cars were pitting at different times, and we got some pack racing where drivers knew that they could go for it no matter what. But this time around, they're trying to be a little bit more conservative on the tires and also fuel as well. So if all those factors are true, then no surprise whatsoever. But some battles back here is Jason Butler up here into the top 10. He's in the 7th position, and looking at how he's done as of recently, the number 10 Bangarang Chevrolet, indeed that's what the scheme is, finished 13th, started 13th and finished 13th at Las Vegas last week. He hasn't had a top 10 since Talladega on August 15th, so he's had an up and down season, but it's just, there's been a lot of bad luck, but he has shown speed, especially on the big tracks, and on the super speedways as well. So Butler looking to end the season off on a high note and hopefully look for some better luck when it comes to 2024. Not too bad for his transition to the iRacing service. I mean, a lot of drivers, again, a lot of drivers have been in different territories when it comes to this transition from NASCAR Heat to iRacing. Some guys, have done it pretty easily. Some have, been okay, we'll call it. They've been doing all right, whether, making the playoffs and then maybe being eliminated by now, or some are maybe still going. There's a couple drivers we can pinpoint right there. And then there's some guys who have definitely struggled in the transition to here, but they have put on some solid performances. I mean, I look at guys like, Matthew Paytak, Hunter Young, if I look at some other winners here as well. Another guy like C.D. Magram as well, who's had a roller coaster of a season, but, again, trying to put on a show for the title sponsor here. He's in 2nd place. He won the Rampage Coffee Code 250 at Talladega on August 15th. Right now sitting below the cut line, but again, it ain't over till it's over tonight. He still could have a chance, but points-wise, not looking too certain. He will, I would assume it's probably best that he does get the win. Right now, it's him and Dylan Baum that have practically swapped spots up here, now being the guy to try and follow in behind Corbin McCauley, but he is being pounced upon by Jared Ireland and Ty Higginbottom.
Let's talk cut lines while you've brought it up. So obviously we worked in the stage 1 results. Now at this point, obviously, like you were talking, Corbin McCauley being automatically in on points before. 10 points in that stage obviously further cements his status there. And then you get Scott Bailey moving up into the 3rd slot based on his his 3rd place finish there in stage 1. But right now, if we were to apply some finishing points, that makes things a whole lot more interesting on the bubble rather than what it would have been. So with just purely stage 1 green flag here tonight, and I know you're looking at it now, Reegs, if we apply finishing points, the gap at the bubble right now is 2. With Belmonte still in, obviously that's going to change as of probably the end of stage 2. Ty Higginbotham with finishing points applied, 2 points out. Matthew Paytak, 4 points out. Mangrum minus 17, Baum minus 24. So things are getting a lot tighter here is what I'm getting at.
And actually, I just pulled up the spreadsheet here myself, and yes, Belmonte's going to fall all the way back, but then right there for that 4th and final spot, it looks like it could be a 2-car battle to get in between the defending champion and a guy who, we said back whenever he won his first career race back at Atlanta this season, a long overdue opportunity for him is, we see here, Ty Higginbottom, the first car down pit road under what I imagine will be a green flag pit window here. You can see notably,
the only driver in our round of 8 to not pick up stage points.
Very interesting to get right there. Yes, I actually do recall that too. I don't recall saying his name, so that is indeed correct. So he's going to go for right side tires and the left side, so he's going all 4 tires and fuel. Corbin McCauley going to make his way in now. So will Jason Butler.
Yeah, lap 47. It seems like guys are kind of electing to split the stage in half here, at least this early group, which includes Hunter Young, who we just saw drive by.
So McCauley, Butler, Mercado, and Young all down pit road. So I'm going to imagine here a lot of those guys in particular, like Ireland, Magrum, Baum, Bailey, they may try to look to take advantage on slightly fresher tires versus someone like McCauley, who's coming in as one of the first cars on pit road. Is seating Magrum's going to make his way down, and I just heard some news. I'm going to get a clarification on that. Okay, so I got the clarification there. Jason Butler got a speeding penalty, so not ideal as he is still in his pit box. I mean, you can see it right there now, 50 seconds on pit road. Magrum got a 9.55, so not too shabby from him right there.
Well, notably, Corbin McCauley's stop was only like 6.2 seconds or somewhere in that ballpark. So I think he may have only taken, well, certainly not a full complement of services, whether it was 2 tires or less fuel just to make it to the end of the stage. Not sure what he did, but certainly not the full complement.
Indeed so. No one else coming down pit road as of right now as Jared Ireland continues to lead the way behind C.D. Magrum, who is trying to stay on the lead lap. But again, Magrum is on the slightly fresher tires, so that'll help his case.
Just coming out of pit road.
Indeed, and then Dylan Baum all the way back there, still in second place. You can see Daniel Cudmore in the third spot. Nice to see the number 2 Ford, the Series N Network founder, of course. Scott Bailey all the way back here in fourth with Kyle Knoll and Matthew Paytap back there as well. Following in behind, there's also Tom Janikowski. 4-car pack back here. There's Michael Wolford. Jason Butler behind him. If I toggle the pit stop times, okay, Dylan Baum now going to head down pit road. Here is, we have now reached halfway through the race. 50 laps to go in the Nordic Aluminum 200 at Auto Club Speedway, the round of 8 finale. Final race before we decide who will become the Earl Ross Cup champion for our first season on iRacing here in 2023. Baum going for the right sides. We'll see what the number 3 SimLeaguePro.com Toyota's going to go for fully. He's going to go for just the right sides and fuel by the looks of it. 9.35 seconds. No one else on pit. Nope. Jared Ireland beat me to it. He's now on pit road. He will lose his lead.
Yeah, again, he's a guy really with nothing to worry about here tonight because really, again, he's into the championship 4 already. And it's not like he has to build up additional points because next week, the points don't matter. It's just where you finish.
Indeed, that is the case. You basically have to win in order to be crowned the champion. And I remember how McCauley pretty much dominated the whole race back earlier this season. So the only thing really for him is if he has a similar case next Tuesday night, then it's pretty much going to be a matter of not getting penalized or not getting caught in anything. And wow, Jose Mercado doesn't have a hood.
And that, I think, warrants some further investigation.
Oh boy, Kyle Knoll and Tom Janikowski went around, no caution.
How?
What?
Did iRace Control fall asleep or something? Or what are we looking at here?
NASCAR officials, you could say, but really?
Yikes.
Wow. And so, okay, we're going to need to get this angle here. What in the world?
Yeah, we've seen some baffling non-cautions this year, but I think this takes the cake.
Kyle Knoll going up trying to, I don't know, side drive something. Oh my God, Mercado. Cockpit view coming.
Yeah, he kind of just got shut off here as Janikowski, there he is. Just, the 41 maintaining the high line. Lucky he didn't go higher, as in into the air.
So now he's in his pit box trying to fix the damage. Tom Janikowski as well. Kyle Knoll still... How is Kyle Knoll 5th?
Some things just aren't meant to make sense.
Give me a second here. I'm getting word now. We actually missed something else too. What?
Everything is happening here, folks.
They say third time's the charm, but like, what? So yeah, there's that. Is it this? No. I don't get it. Oh, wait. No, was that... Okay, no, that was just... Okay, no, that was just that. No, nothing.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff going down here, ladies and gentlemen.
I have no more further comments. Daniel Cudmore is now going to come down pit road after leading multiple laps. Darcy Ford will come down as well. You can see Jose Mercado and Tom Janikowski with about approaching 200 seconds of pit stop times trying to repair their damage. But man, we've had multiple times. We've seen multiple times in past races where there are big crashes and no caution comes out. We saw it back at Talladega where on the backstretch we had an incident happen and the caution wasn't thrown until there was a second incident, which then resulted in a second overtime attempt. So as we try to get back to normal things right here, we're now at 3 laps to go in the second stage, and would you look at that, the number 12 of Mike Marini trying to possibly earn a stage victory for the heck of it, unless he decides to come down pit road, because if he decides to pit, Matthew Patak's right behind him. That could be huge for him in the playoff points.
Well, yeah, that would be gigantic. Again, if we apply finishing points, he's currently 4 points out of that final spot. He would also leapfrog Ty Higginbotham, who's currently 11th, and not in a position to gain any points to speak of whatsoever.
And if we see the laps since their last pit too, it's 26 for both Marini and Patak, but the 21 looks to have a lot more speed than the 12. 2 laps to go. We're going to see right here if the 21 will be able to catch up in time, but we could see a battle brew here unless someone decides to dip down pit road.
Yeah, it was a quarter of a second there at one point. I think it's under 2/10 here now. I think game on here.
Indeed, so you got Bailey, Knoll, Gibson, Wolford, Ireland, and then you see the rest of the leaderboard right there. Of course, well, technically you see the whole leaderboard today because we only have 18 cars, and you know the top half of the ticker and the bottom half of the ticker fit all of them together, so you can see where everyone is and how everyone's doing. So that's definitely beneficial for our audience, of course. But the white flag is out for the second stage, with Marini leading the way by over half a second, and it looks like the 12 has gained some ground there on the 21. So by the looks of it, Marini, that number 12 Toyota with Impala on the side right there. I mean, if I go to the drivers, does he have? No, he doesn't have any sponsors by the looks of it. Or is that Implats that I'm seeing? What is this?
I'm the wrong guy to ask, but I see a checkered flag coming.
It's Impala, whatever it is. But anyways, there it is for stage 2. It's over. Mike Marini takes the green, white, whatever it is, flag. He will win the second stage. And there goes 10th across the line. There's the caution. And with that, I will give you the Stage 2 results here. Marini first, Paytak second, Bailey third, Kyle Knoll fourth, Ryan Gibson will take fifth, Jared Ireland sixth, Dylan Baum seventh, Corbin McCauley eighth, C.D. Mangrum ninth, and Michael Wolford will round out the top 10, and notably the 97, no points. Again.
Okay, so basically as I'm still seeing it on our feed is what you're saying?
I'm sorry?
That's still our order? Just to make absolute, well,
yeah, what
minus,
I just said there looks to be.
Well, a few changes now the guys are going in pit lane, but
Yeah,
I think I've got enough to go with there.
We'll get back to the line here just to make sure. So, yeah, there's your top two. And then there's Scott Bailey back here in fourth. And then back here, Kyle Knoll will take fifth. And then back there for sixth, Ryan Gibson, there's Ireland taking seventh. And by the looks of it, I think we may have gotten a photo finish here. Oh my goodness! I think Baum barely got that one, and then it was McCauley. And then whoever it was in front of Wolford right there, I cannot tell. It is Mangrum.
So that's an important 2 points for the number one, as well as he tries desperately to make a move. And as you can see, Mr. McCauley, I have made some up... wait, I missed one. Never mind. Okay, now we're good. And it was kind of inconsequential anyway, because the math had already worked out for Corbin McCauley. But with everyone going down pit lane, this seems like a good time to kind of refresh the picture here a little bit. And again, the numbers that I'm going to give, they do have a minimum 18th place finish already factored in. So 19 points kind of worked in for the drivers already. So as it stands, McCauley would have a 72-point gap on fifth right now. So yeah, that's very much locked in at this point. Scott Bailey, he's plus 30 once you factor in those finishing points. He's third. Right now, the bubble gap realistically is 7, because as we would see it on our screens right now, it's technically 5, but the guy outside at -5 is Justin Belmonte, with Matthew Paytak in that fourth and final spot right now. And of course, we've already established that Belmonte's not earning anything, so he's basically eliminated as of now. But Higginbotham, he is 7 back of Paytak for what would be that kind of semi-final, or it would be the fourth and final spot in our championship conquest here for next week. C.D. Mangrum, he's 20 points out, again, factoring in finishes. And -25 is where you'll find Dylan Baum, despite, picking up 13 points in stages tonight.
So a lot of interesting storylines right there as Tom Janikowski and Kyle Knoll will come down pit road right here. Janikowski at 13 laps down. You can call Jose Mercado the first DNF of the race after sustaining damage in that big crash in turn 1 that somehow didn't result in a caution because of reasons. But we're going to be slowly going under the lights here. Speaking of lights, they're off on the pace car. And we see here on the front row, would you look at that, Matthew Paytak again. He's in that fourth position right now. Only, you said basically 7 points it is? Yeah?
Yeah, effectively 7 if you don't count Justin Belmonte there in fifth. Like, officially as it reads right now, the gap is 5. But, again, with Belmonte out, we may as well just call it 7.
Indeed, so I quickly want to give a shout out to a certain driver in particular. Just like to say congratulations here to the August 2023 Driver of the Month in the number 17 Holland College Oysterbed Speedway Chevrolet and the Student Union, of course. Corbin McCauley finishes up first, 12, 14, first, and second. He accumulated the most points out of any driver during the month of August, so congratulations to the number 17. And also as well here to begin this third and final stage of this race and the round of 8. I'd like to shout out our sponsors: Holland Hurricanes, Kyle's Fried Chicken, Rampage, Coffee Co., Wing Snob, GTR, And of course, we got Nordic Aluminium here as the title sponsor of the race. But we'd like to thank TrackGames22.com for providing these custom oval cameras. It's time to go into the good old TrackGames22.com. Crank it up. Crash on the back straightaway. Lots of good cars. Looks like they're copping that one.
Jesus.
Caution is out. Absolutely.
Oh, they got
horrible.
it that time.
Huh?
They got it that time.
Absolutely horrible timing for the crank it up. I may have had a bit of a feeling there, but wow. Big crash.
Oh boy, I need to see that one again. I just saw it in kind of the corner of my eye here. When you see cars going sideways on a straightaway, that's not good, folks. Not to state the obvious, but, you know, more restart chaos.
So we will take a look here. This dynamic TV angle.
Yeah, and you saw Macaulay was one of the chief cars caught in it, and yeah, it comes down. Oh man, there it goes. Basically, from the head of the field, it's avoiding action from basically 5th place onward.
I'm shocked that more cars didn't get involved now when that was in front of the whole field. Look at this angle right here. Very good. Wow. And again, that's 2 drivers right there that are very lucky that one is mathematically locked in, the other one won their way in, both getting involved. They're the heaviest victims in this accident. But also, too, the number 3 at Dylan Baum. That's another interesting one as well. Hard into the outside wall. Paytack somehow not fully going around. Ryan Gibson absolutely hard into the back of the number 13. And we'll take a look at Andy Hurdles. Oh yeah, hit the 2 and then someone sideswiped him on the right side.
Yeah, not quite what we had in mind by making use of the whole track.
What happened? Oh, Noel turned him.
That sums it up pretty well.
Okay, so what I'm assuming is the 17 got loose, went down just a little bit, and then Baum was going up. That's what it looks like, but again, we have to look at the angle just one more time here from the 3. We'll get the far chase angle going. Both loose. Baum ever so slightly came up, 17 ever so slightly came down, just a chain reaction from there, and you know what, might as well get the slow angle going on this one. So yeah, Baum was loose, Macaulay came down. Okay, actually no, Baum kind of kept himself going there, but the 17 came all the way down after getting loose, and from there it's just a chain reaction of cars going around. Hard hit to the back of the number 13. But again, 2 drivers that are already locked into the Final 4 getting involved in this one. Thankfully, they are locked in to the Final 4. But again, Dylan Baum's still going. But again, though, that front end with the damage. And then we saw Andy Hurdle again turned by Kyle Knoll. Hunter Young, I believe, also collected somewhat. But a big crash here to begin this 3rd and final stage as we're going to get back here. Everyone going double file. We're going to go back just one more time here and just see what it was like for cars coming down pit road, because I imagine it was a lot of them. So yeah, Baum, Gibson. Okay, yeah, most of them actually came down. Oh no, Magrum stays out. Higginbottom stays out.
And Higginbotham, he may have had to stay out for track positioning purposes, because again, he's outside right now.
Well, we take a look at this right here. Magrum, Bailey, Young, and Higginbottom pitted under that stage caution. And then you can see almost everyone else right there. It looks like Wolford and Ford are still in their pit box. But you can see there's the top 4 did not pit. Meanwhile, everyone from 5th to 13th did. So this is going to get interesting.
It is, and yeah, it'll be definitely an interesting case, as you say, to see what track position will ultimately do as we come up on 32 to go on this restart. There goes the pace car, and I'll shut up now.
Yeah, green flag is out. We're going to wait a couple laps, let them maybe take this a little bit more easy before we can let you all hear these engines fired up and going at blistering speeds around this D-shaped oval. As wow, Hunter Young really got shuffled up high right there. 3 wide up high. Noel trying to squeeze in front of all of them right there. Dylan Baum in the outside wall towards the back. Oh man, really aggressive up here is Kyle Noel right there on the inside looking for the 4th position.
Yeah, right now I don't think we're expecting anything less right now, Riggs. Like, every last millimeter is going to matter.
Hunter Young got loose off the corner right there as Scott Bailey leads the way still. And Hunter Young, yeah, the one guy again out of those 4 cars that did not pit on their under that last caution there. Still Bailey and Mangrum up front. And Higginbottom there as well, but there's some cars really trying to take advantage of those guys who pitted under that last caution, of course. Instead of them, as we see back here, some 3 wide, or almost 3 wide action going on there, as I thought McCauley was going to be on the high side of all that action. Right there. So top 3 all clear themselves as Kyle Noel tries to gain a run on CD Mangrum. Behind them, you got Matthew Patek, Ty Higginbottom, Daniel Cudmore up there. And now here goes CD Mangrum with a big run behind Bailey to the inside. They're going to be 3 wide almost for the race lead. Bailey up high, Noel in the middle. Mangrum from the inside is going to slide all the way up. Oh my gosh, he's not going to be clear. They're going to be 3 wide for the race lead. Down the back straightaway, Kyle Noel being aggressive. Bailey up high. No, he's going to clear the way, actually, not 3 wide anymore. But again, if we go back to those pit stops, yeah, it's this one. Kyle Noel has the biggest advantage thus far. Patak will as well as he's making his way up. Oh, and there's some aggressive stuff going on back there as Daniel Cudmore gets forced up the track. And you know what? Racing is getting aggressive here, but it's, I guess, quote-unquote cleaned up after what we saw there under that to cause that last caution. So now we'll try the track, Kansas22.com. Crank it up. Kyle Noel goes around. Front end is damaged. I'm going to get the iRacing volume to get down here. There we go. So yes, again, another crash under the Crank It Up. That one went for a little longer. I think now we're just going to call it over with. We pretty much did enough laps, I would imagine, right there. But Kyle Noel, the reason right there for that last one. We'll have to take a look, though, and investigate to see what actually happened. So we'll start on the back straightaway from this angle. He's on the inside of Matthew Patak, heading down the back straightaway into turn 3. You can see Bailey up on the high side there, so Higginbottom back there as well. Noel goes up the track. Oh, yeah, very clearly sliding up, and then Mangrum ends it up there. Oh, and then Hunter Young gets into him, and oh, no. Oh, man.
Oh.
into the quote-unquote barrels, I guess, if you want to call them that. It's not barrels, but out of all places to hit, it's that one little area right there where there's all the grass, there's pit road, but nope, it's that one little, the very end right there to that wall there on pit road, man. That's tragic.
Usually I've got a joke for something like that, but that's just horrible.
Oh my God, the front end goes flying. So the number 15 Storm Surge eSports Toyota, the rookie, who again was eliminated in the round of 12. Very unfortunate incident for him right there, but again, you know, not clear, slid up the track, was probably being a little too aggressive coming off that last little restart, and also caused Andy Hurdle to go around down the back straightaway in that last incident. So not ideal, but just very unfortunate. Paytack with an incredible save, though. That may have saved the season.
Absolutely it could have. And I mean, Ty Higginbotham was right there as well. He could have easily gotten collected and all that. We saw CD Mangrum very much in that pile as well, as he looks to improve on his previous season finish, which it is Mangrum. I've completely mangled it over the past month. He actually did get to the round of 8 last year, despite me absolutely sewering him. Oh man, as we get a kind of cockpit view of the Knoll incident. I'd previously said he'd been eliminated in the round of 16 despite his 3 wins. I completely had that wrong. So, my bad, Leo/CD. Oh. The masochist in me wants it in slow motion.
Yeah, you were saying mangled earlier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the second contact from Mangrum, and yeah, oh, here we go. Now it's slow motion. Yeah, just there's the rotation. Gets the nose out in front, though, and just, head on.
Incredible angle, but tragic circumstances there for the number 15. So, with all that being said right there, looks like we're going to be going back to green with, I believe, 24 laps to go, by the looks of it. It'll be, yes.
Yeah, and it's kind of an interesting time for that caution to come out. I wonder, it'll be a stretch for some of them, but I wonder if some guys may have thought that last pit stop was going to take them to the end.
And it indeed was not going to, so Kyle Knoll, the aggressiveness right there, takes a hold of him in a negative manner right there. But would you look at this, though, man? You have Scott Bailey up here, who is above the cut line. Again, I would imagine likely will make it in on points, but it's that final spot. You got Matthew Paytack in second. You got C.D. Mangrum in third. And Ty Higginbotham's all the way back in 8th, so he's going to have to hope for a miracle here while he's just a few points below the cut line. But here we go. Green flag, 24 laps remaining here at Auto Club Speedway. Man, this is going to get dandy.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, the biggest thing right now will be just hoping that everyone kind of keeps it clean from here while going, as hard as possible, really.
Indeed, so Bailey leading the way over Mangrum there. Paytack back to third. Mangrum's going to try and dive it in there down to the inside. That's not the angle I want. There we go. Matthew Paytack in third. So Mangrum's sliding up. He's going to get in barely behind Bailey. Oh, I think Bailey got a little bit loose right there. So that's actually going to help the one get to the left rear quarter panel right there. Going to try a tad bit of a side draft right there as they're also going after third. Hunter Young, how about that? After being involved in some stuff earlier, he's still up here in the third position, the number 77 Ford. Matthew Paytack in behind right there, and his number 21 MBR Motorsports Chevrolet. Also sponsored by 81 Customs.
For Paytack right now, seeing Mangrum battling for the lead, this is an absolute nightmare, because if Mangrum wins, he upsets the balance because he's currently outside the playoff picture. Yikes.
Mangrum Magram going to slide up in front of Bailey right there. So far, it looks like it's going to work, and he's going to go down low to try and prevent Bailey from getting a wicked draft from behind.
Yeah, it was I believe it was a round-ending victory, his Talladega, or was it the opening part of... No, it was the opening part of round of 12, I believe, that he
Yes,
won
wow,
before.
Bailey!
Oh, man!
Very close, almost rail on the right rear quarter panel. That very well could have been contact. And would you look at this, Hunter Young trying to be an underdog here and go for his second win of the season and end of his career as well. Jason Butler's even up here.
Well, look who's also made a jump.
Wow,
a couple
Butler's
of
going to get loose on the inside. He's going to save it. Ty Higginbottom's up here now.
That's exactly where I was going
Yes.
with this. Like, he's right there with Paytak right now. That is his immediate competition, although they're both going to be keeping a very watchful eye on CD Mangrum at the head of the field.
Butler and Marini going to make contact along the number 12's left rear quarter panel. They're going to keep their cars straight and going. There's Ryan Gibson down low to the number 21, who keeps dropping back. Again, you said it's a huge nightmare for him knowing that CD Mangrum is in the lead. And right now, the final four is looking like Ireland, McCauley, Bailey, and Mangrum. But again, Higginbottom and Paytak are going to try and do everything they can to have something here for these guys up front. As now we have 20 laps to go in the Nordic Aluminum 200 here at Auto Club Speedway, the round of 8 finale, the second to last race of season 4 of the Canadian Motorsports Network NASCAR Series, first season on iRacing. This is absolutely huge. We saw Mangrum again back at Talladega. He made his way into the round of 8. Absolute clutch performance by him at the end of that race. And again, too, resurgence after crashing out late in the first Talladega race this season in the regular season. So this is great for him, although... Yeah, so I would imagine with Mangrum it is a must-win situation.
Yeah, if we apply final points, I believe I said he was 20 out going into this stage. So, yeah, very much must-win territory for Mangrum and Baum, who, I mean, he's hanging around in 9th. Might be able to find something in these last 18 laps.
Who knows, maybe we'll get another caution here. It would not be surprising whatsoever, but a guy who needs to win in order to make his way into the next round. We know how aggressive he can get. He's not afraid to do anything. And then there's Scott Bailey, who hasn't won since 2021. Again, I believe it was June. He was at the Charlotte Roval. He hasn't won in over 2 years. Again, he didn't participate in 2022, but still, it's been a long time as he's right along the rear bumper of the number 1, who, again, it's ironic. The number 1 carrying the title sponsor of this race. He wants to make them proud. He's putting them in the spotlight as the title sponsor and also the race leader here, trying to win his way into the final 4 and also get the title sponsor some spotlight into there as well.
Yeah, title sponsor might be Nordic Aluminum or Aluminium or however you want to look at it. CD Mangrum's looking for a golden moment here tonight.
Absolutely, as they are going at it back here as well with Hunter Young and Ty Higginbottom, who's trying to find every little inch, trying to get every position he get. He's 4th right now. I think he's slowly been making his way up in the number 97 U.S. Air Force car.
Well, you have to remember, he's the only driver in our kind of round of 8 who didn't pick up any stage points tonight. So, that's been a massive disadvantage for him. And that's why he finds himself on the outside looking in as it stands right this second.
It's absolute adversity, and remind us again what it would look like. Let's say Bailey beats Mangrum to the line. What would it look like again?
So if Bailey was to, again, for Bailey it's not as much of a difference, but for Mangrum, that would put him up to 35 points for tonight, give him an extra 16. Granted, that would put him 1 point ahead of where Belmonte is right now, but we know Belmonte's on the outside, so that's not enough. It is a must-win for Mangrum.
And so I believe Paytak right now is in...
Paytak is P4 right now, yes.
Yeah, so Paytak would likely, if Mangrum were to get passed here by Bailey, then Paytak, I would say more than likely, will be unofficially the final driver to get in, the second driver to get in Or actually, no, it would be the only driver to get on points, because if Bailey were to win, then yeah, that would be another one right there. Because again, remember, Ireland won the first race. Macaulay's already mathematically locked in. And if Bailey were to win this, then that's another win right there. And then Magram, again, whippy out. He needs to win this as Bailey's going to go to the inside with 15 laps to go. He's going to slide up the track, but that's going to give the advantage to the one on the inside.
But Higginbotham's looking for a sniff here as well. And
oh my God.
Joining that bunch.
The 97 is coming. He's got a lot of speed. Don't think of any joke of that, please.
Well, I'm more looking at the 21.
This is, oh my goodness, there's no better way we could end this race. We got 4 guys right here trying to win their way into the next round, and then one guy that needs a must-win. There's 2. There's so many things to say.
I'd call Higginbotham a must-win right now based on Paytak's positioning.
Higginbotham is most likely a must-win too, so that's 2 cars in a must-win situation. One guy, if he wins, he's pretty much just straight on anyways, so a lot of stuff up here for grabs, but this is going to be potentially a finish for the ages. Again, Bailey hasn't won yet this season somehow. Again, hasn't won since 2021. C.D. Magram came in clutch in the round of 12 to make it into this round, and he's trying to be clutch again, making it into the final 4. Paytak is trying to stay in front of these guys right here and make sure that either he or Bailey wins so that he would make it in on points. And then there's the same situation kind of right here with Higginbotham, but it's more than likely must win for him as well. It gets no better than this. It gets no better than this. We got 4 guys right here, right on that cut line, all together, going for something here. And there is still, when we get to 89, I believe it's going to be 12 laps to go. Yeah, 12 laps to go here in the Nordic Aluminum 200. Higginbotham had all the speed in the world. Now it looks like Paytak might, but Higginbotham's going to get better corner exit speed right there on the high side. Paytak's going to squeeze in between Higginbotham and Magram.
As long as Scott Bailey stays ahead, Matthew Paytak is just kind of content where he is, but he's going to have to make an absolute push here just to protect his own interest.
Oh, Paytak, I believe, got into the wall off of turn 4 right there. So that slows him back to 4th, but he might have something here anyways since he's on the high side, so he might get some better corner exit speed versus the number 1 who slides in down the inside. Higginbotham also doing that as well. Bailey sticking to the high side as he will slide, the 97 will slide in behind the 88. And just making sure there's not too much going on back here. Yes, Ireland and Wolford are going at it here. Actually, Ireland's 9 laps down, so there's that's nothing. You see Corbin McCauley back here in 12th all alone. As Ty Higginbotham still going for it. I think he had a really good, very good corners right there through turns 3 and 4. 10 laps to go in the round of 8 finale. 3 cars all in the bunch right here with Matthew Paytak just waiting for something to happen. Higginbotham's going to try and clear the way of the 88. He's going to slide up right here to the outside. But again, I imagine Bailey will have the advantage on the high side.
And how about this for a little more spice here, Riggs? As if this top 4 wasn't intense enough given what's at stake. Ty Higginbotham in Season 2, C.D. Magram in Season 3, both past Auto Club winners.
Indeed so, yes. Higginbotham in 2021, Magram in 2022, although, again, that was my first ever broadcast with the network, and I, for whatever reason, said AJ Knickel won the race. I somehow got the schemes mixed up, similar colors, but I guess this goes to show I've made it this far.
You have.
Indeed.
Complete with a roll switch.
Oh my goodness, wow, a bump from behind, Bailey to the inside of Magram as Higginbotham's going to fall back to 3rd.
And it looks like Paytak's kind of fallen off of this lead trio here. He's barely hanging on.
Just waiting for something to happen here as we're going to come to 8 laps to go in the round of 8 finale. Again, everyone that's watching here, you must stay tuned. Get your friends and family to come on here very quickly. There's only so little time here left in this race to decide the final 4. You're not going to want to miss this. No one is going to want to miss this. This is your chance to catch this live on air right here. CD Magrum with the advantage as Bailey, Higginbottom, and Paytack holding the second through fourth. Paytack has slowly climbed his way back up using the draft. Magrum sticking to the inside line while Bailey is going to, all those other guys still sticking to the high side. They're going to have a lot bigger of an advantage coming through the trial oval. Bailey is going to have a huge run on the number 1. 7 laps to go. Bailey, I believe, may have given a bump from behind right there on the 1 as, again, the title sponsor car still leading the way. This reminds me of Carl Edwards, again, back in 2013 at Phoenix. Race sponsors by Subway. The number 99 Subway, Roush Fenway Racing Ford won the race, so kind of similar vibes right there. I remember Jeff Gordon winning a Pepsi 400 with the number 24 Pepsi car. And Bailey's going to dive it down to the inside, try to clear Higginbottom as well. If there's no contact here, I'm going to be impressed. No contact. Bailey, a perfect dive through turns 3 and 4. He's going to take the lead, but this is going to give a huge advantage to Magrum. We're going to see if he's going to be patient or dive down to the inside. He's going to follow Bailey to the inside. Is Matthew Paytack going to try to use the high side here? He was in 4th. It looked like he was going to drop back, but no. He's right back in it at a very good time right here. Bailey is going to lead the way now by almost 2/10. Paytack back up to 2nd. Magrum and Higginbottom are going to go out for 3rd. There's nothing better than this kind of racing right here. Nothing better. Just nothing better. That's the that's the only way I could put it.
Yeah, and I mean, these 4 guys, they're guys who know what they're doing. And I mean, you've even got Ryan Gibson trying to join into this fight as well, Season 1 champion in his own right. But really, again, it is about these top 4 here. And again, we've talked about the various storylines between all of them. You got, Scott Bailey, who's just dying for a victory right now. He's there right now. Matthew Paytack looking to get a little insurance here as we're getting really close to the wall.
Magrum is starting to fall back. I think his tire usage may have gotten in. But look at this. We might almost go 3 wide diving for the race lead. As Higginbottom's going to get in here. And all these cars, I think, may have been wasting their tire so much because look at this. The number 23 of Ryan Gibson is out of nowhere starting to catch up, maybe challenge these guys to something.
10 miles to greatness here, boys.
It's going to be a 5-car battle for the lead with 4 laps to go. What in the world is any of this? Is Bailey still trying to use that high side? Higginbottom is going to follow him in to try and get some draft. 3 wide for the 2nd position. Magrum still trying to keep up with these guys. Higginbottom swerving back and forth to stay in line with Bailey. Magrum's going to squeeze in between Paytack and Gibson.
Yeah, Gibby's right in this line here. He could upset the balance here a little bit because if he manages to win, that throws things off for CD Magrum. Absolute must-win territory for him.
Indeed so. It's 5 cars within a bubble right here. Any mistake any of these guys may make will be absolutely catastrophic. Although, again, for Bailey, though, he's pretty much, he was pretty much locked in. But, again, though, he's still going to want to get that win because, again, he hasn't, we're going to keep saying it over and over again. He hasn't won in 2 years. He wants that win, and I personally, we'll say both of us. The both of us have been absolutely shocked that he hasn't won a race yet. And this right here seems to be his perfect opportunity. But again, Ty Higginbottom, Matthew Paytack looking to find some form of a miracle here behind the 88. 2 laps to go. And the Nordic Aluminium 200, the round of 8 finale. If Higginbottom doesn't win, it's all but Matthew Paytack that's going to get in on points in that 4th position. CD Magrum right now looks like he's all well but done here. So the clutch factor will not come into play again unless these 3 guys get together somehow. It's not looking like it at the moment. But again, anything's possible. Ty Higginbottom going to dive down to the inside, maybe try to slide up against the 88. But again, Bailey's going to have more than the advantage. Oh, there's contact! Whoa. Paytack! Oh my gosh. Paytack's going to now take the advantage. Higginbottom's going to fall back. White flag. Final lap. Paytack's going to try and get his 2nd win of the season here against the 88. Both cars on the high side. If these 2 get together, Ty Higginbottom and CD Magrum will be waiting to try and take advantage of their must-win situations. Paytack's going to want to all but hope for a good run here or even try to dive down low on the 88, who is looking again finally for that first win since 2021 and that first win this season that he somehow still hasn't gotten through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. The number 88, NVR Motorsports Chevrolet of Scott Bailey is going to come to the line. He's going to win the round of 8 finale here at Auto Club Speedway. Finally, he's going to get that long-awaited win. And I bet a lot of other drivers are going to be really happy for him. Paytack second, Magram third, Gibson fourth, Higginbottom drops all the way back to fifth. And I think unofficially, there goes the fireworks. Matthew Paytack is unofficially your fourth. Let's just get to the unofficial results here.
Yeah.
There you have it. The number 88 is Scott Bailey. Finally gets a win. It's been over 2 years since he got his last one at the Charlotte Roval it was June 2021, right?
Yeah, it was in 2021. I can't remember the month. Let me look it up for you.
I'm pretty sure it was June. I'm pretty sure. But anyways.
Yep, it is.
Yes. After not running last year, he makes an incredible return, and it took so long for him to win. But finally, I said in the pre-race show, Bailey is now going to have all the momentum in the world from winning this race, heading into the Final Four race, where he's going to try to battle Corbin McCauley again, a guy like him, plus 2 other incredibly talented drivers for the Earl Ross Cup. And, man, no better way to get it done. But again, though, now all he has to do, and we're going to definitely get in the post-race winner interview here, hopefully. What matters now for him is that he needs to go and win at Homestead Miami. He finished 6th there in the first race this season. Not really much of a presence up front, but knowing that, guys like, he's been with McCauley and Ireland all season long and in the playoffs as well. They've been all together, man. We're hoping to get an absolutely thrilling finish next Tuesday night. But anyways, with the rest of the results, Matthew Paytack finishes 2nd. So unofficially, he is the only driver, besides McCauley mathematically making his way in before the race. Besides him, Paytack, I guess, quote-unquote, really the only driver to make it in on points, or we'll call him second, whatever it is. He makes it in by just a couple points over Ty Higginbottom, and I guess you could say Justin Melmani as well. Maybe. CD Magram rounds out the podium. Unfortunately, Magram in his must-win situation falls just short in what was an incredible performance by him, but man, just falls short, but still made his titles. I'm sure he made his title sponsor very proud, bringing the car home clean in the 3rd position. Ryan Gibson with a really good run, finishing in the 4th position, the 2020 champion. How about that? Defending series champion Ty Higginbottom will unfortunately not be able to defend his title from last year. Again, the winner of the final NASCAR Heat 5 championship in the history of the Canadian Motorsports Network NASCAR Series. He'll not be able to defend it anymore. Unfortunate for him. Hopefully, he'll be able to go to Homestead Miami and end his season on a high note. Hunter Young you look at the rest of this grid right here, especially with all the incidents that we had earlier and with the absence of Justin Melmani. Hunter Young 6th, Mike Marini 7th, Daniel Cudmore 8th, Jason Butler 9th, and Michael Wolfer qualified 2nd, and he still comes home with a top 10 finish. It can't get any better than that for some of those guys there on the second half of the top 10 right there. And we'll get to the second half of the results here, where some guys, had some stuff left to be desired. Thankfully, 2 of those guys were already locked into the playoffs, the Final Four part of the playoffs. We'll put it that way. Before this race. So thankfully, they're in, they're all good. Monkey off the shoulders. And then there's, of course, a guy like Dylan Baum, too, who needed to win. He had speed today, but just wasn't able to get the job done, especially in that wreck. So, Jordy, give us your final overall thoughts with all these unofficial results here.
I was going to say, it's weird. There's some names here that I don't usually get to announce because they're in the top half. So it's a little weird to talk about this. Corbin McCauley being the last guy on the lead lap here, it has to be said. Then you get not even a guy 1 lap down, 2 laps down in Dylan Baum as he sees his Earl Ross Cup pursuit come to an end for the 2023 season. Then Darcy Ford, Andy Hurdle, both finishing 3 laps down, 13th and 14th respectively. Again, Jared Ireland, nothing to worry about. This week ultimately finishes 9 laps down and 15th. Then you got Tom Janikowski in 16th. Kyle Knoll after that heavy hit that we saw in stage 3. Obviously a retirement off of that. And Jose Mercado retiring at the halfway point of tonight's race to wrap up our field of 18.